Welcome back to part 2 of Sonic X reviewed by a non-Sonic fan. This time, we'll be looking at Season 2. In case you're new, my friend Generation Defenders is not a Sonic fan, so I want to see what a non-Sonic fan's opinion is of Sonic X. Now, on to the review.
So last time I said Season 1 was an okay kids cartoon. Well, after seeing Season 2, I can say the show upgraded to being good. There were a lot of improvement with the stories, as now we have arcs rather than single episodes. But the issues from the last season still make its way here. Some even got worse. I used to say that Chris wasn't that bad, but now this kid annoys me. He just shoehorns himself into each episode, gets caught, or just acts arrogant even though he's pretty useless. Also, when things get bad, it gets really bad. But there are good moments. In fact, the first part of the season was the best so far. It's just what came after was not. Speaking of which, let's talk about the arcs. The first was the Chaos arc based off of the Sonic Adventure video games.
I'm going to be comparing this arc to the video game Sonic Adventure. First, I feel like the show did it a lot better combining these storylines together than Sonic Adventure. For example, Knuckles in the Adventure games, he would interact with Sonic once or twice and then move on to do his own thing. In Sonic X, he was there from the beginning. Yes, he's still out looking for the pieces of the Master Emerald, but he is there alongside our heroes. He's there fighting Chaos 6 alongside Sonic. For another example, Big the Cat. We all know Big's gameplay was terrible, and honestly he could have been written out of Sonic Adventure. But in Sonic X, I feel like they did a lot better job incorporating him into the story. He was there when we first saw Chaos, and he was there when they were planning the attack. And he was there with the group when they were planning on what to do next. Say what you want about Big in Sonic Adventure, but in Sonic X, I feel like they did a lot better job incorporating him into the plot. Now let's talk about things that I don't like. I don't like Gamma's voice. It's too high pitched. I feel like the Sonic Adventure games did it a lot better. Let me know what y'all think.
Find Froggy, make Doctor happy.
Resistance is futile. Give me the bird.
But I will say, I do like how they handle his death scene. I do like how Amy was there to see her friend perish and to see her bird friends reunite. Now on to Tails. I feel like Tails' character arc was handled a lot better in the video games. Don't get me wrong, Tails in Sonic X was still good, but I feel like in the video games it would handle a lot better. In the video games, he actually fought Chaos 4 and Eggman, and in the fight with Eggman, he has a realization that he doesn't need Sonic to be strong. We got more of that in the adventure games than we did in Sonic X. And lastly, Chaos. Now this goes for Sonic X and the adventure games, but I don't like how our heroes just beat the evil out of Chaos. Like, once Super Sonic defeats Chaos, he just go back to being good? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You could make the argument that Chaos was using the negative powers of the Chaos Emeralds and that would make him go crazy. But the reason he became evil was because of the Knuckle Clan hurting Tikal and his Chow friends. You can't just beat the evil out of him from that. Overall, I really like this saga. It's a great adaptation of the video games.
I give this arc 3 out of 5 stars, as it's not only stayed true to the video games, but it also improved some issues like Chris and the Purple Fuck together and giving Amy's arc more depth. Not only that, but we also saw more of Knuckles' backstory, which was really well done. And it all closes together with an epic showdown with Super Sonic kicking ass. The next arc is Dark Loner himself, Shadow, based on the Sonic Adventure 2 video games.
Now before we talk about the main man, Shadow, I would like to talk about Tails. I love how they handle Tails in this and in the video games. In this saga, he is a useful character, much like he was in the previous saga. But I want to talk about a very specific scene. It's a scene where Sonic gets shot out into space, and everyone thought that he was dead. Amy is crying, Eggman telling Tails to give him the Chaos Emerald. Tails just stands there in shock as he realizes that his best friend was just killed. But he doesn't back down. He gets angry, he gets furious, he goes toe to toe with Eggman, and he fights and he wins. I love Tails in this scene. The reason I like him so much in the adventure games and in Sonic X is because of how Sega treats him later on in the video games. In the more recent games, Tails is a coward. He doesn't do anything, he serves nothing to the plot, and he cowers in fear. Especially in Sonic Forces, when Chaos Zeros attacks him, and all he does is cries and whines. And like, bro, you fought against Chaos 4. I don't know. I just don't like how Sega and Sonic Team are treating Tails nowadays, making him a giant pussy. But I love how they treat him here in Sonic X and in the adventure games.
I give this arc 4 out of 5 stars just for Shadow himself. Now, I don't really know how faithful they are to the video games, but what we got is still a fun arc with our lovable emo hedgehog himself. One thing I do have an issue with is how everyone keeps mistaking Shadow for Sonic. And it's like, come on, one of them is blue and the other shop's at Hot Topic. I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference. Next up with the Sunball arc. It was stupid. Nobody had any common sense except Sonic. Waste of time, -5 out of 5 stars. Next is the Emerald arc, and I was very disappointed. Not only was this arc way too short, but they had no time to flesh Emerald out to make his betrayal work. We had a small tournament arc smack in the middle, but not even that worked, as it was just 2 episodes and the majority of the fights were just for shits and giggles.
I was so disappointed. This could have been like a Dragon Ball Z type tournament where we see new fighters, new characters from different places giving our heroes a challenge. But what we get is a lackluster tournament with characters that we already seen before. Some of them were just one-off characters, and most of these characters aren't even fighters, like Chris, Bait the Cat, Chris's friend, even Hawk, that one-off character that Knuckles hang out with in that one episode in season 1. We have already seen these characters and they're not fighters, and yet they're in this tournament. Like, who allowed this? And the fights last for like less than a minute. Most of them aren't even fights.
The only good thing was that Cream and Cheese got the win, and that's the only because I like it when somebody other than the main character gets the win. Overall, 2 out of 5 stars. Just wasted potential. We got a few filler arcs in between, like Cream's mom meeting Vector's gang and having Robotnik robots quick, but that doesn't go anywhere. Cream's mom just stays in the background. We never see Team Chaotic again, and the robots literally are good guys for 1 episode just to return to Eggman the next episode. We also got an episode with Amy and Chris's uncle, but that sucked ass. The last arc is the Homebound arc, and that's when the show gets good again. So last review I mentioned I saw 1 brief episode, and that was the episode when Chris closed the portal for Sonic. As a kid, I was horrified because I thought Chris was going to kidnap Sonic, but as a grown adult, I was still terrified for my life. It's just the way Chris's voice actor delivers his lines so emotionlessly, and the dead look in his eyes just came across so creepy. Like this kid is about to snap at any moment.
Sonic's my best friend. Sonic's not going anywhere. We need him. He stays here. With me.
Chris, chill. To be fair, I understand why Chris wouldn't want to let go of Sonic, but kid, the world is literally going to end. Suck it up and stop being a selfish prick.
So far this season had ups and downs, but the final episode of season 2 is probably my favorite episode of Sonic X period. We get so many great moments in this episode. Amy throwing her hammers at Eggman, Knuckles and Rouge arguing and being cute with each other, and the return of Super Sonic. But there's a moment in this episode that makes it the best episode period.
The cutest Son Amy moment in the series by far. I squealed like an idiot the entire time watching. It was the perfect way to end the series with. The perfect way to end the series! So, with further ado, this was a better than season 1. I give it an overall C+.
I agree. The first half of season 2 was really good, but the second half was really lackluster. But that'll do it for season 2. Tune in next time for season 3. This has been Too Fast Joe. Remember, go fast, don't be last. Real quick, I'd like to mention I now have a Twitch. Be sure to follow me at twitch.tv/toofastjoe. Be sure to follow me there. Also, I have a Discord now. If you want to join the Too Fast Discord, the link will be in the description.